Hello there, my name is Rachel. The first time you see my channel, I used to review cartoon series, anime series, so something completely random. And today we talk about Arcane, the next episode 4 to episode 6, what happened in between. Oh my god, it went places. Yeah, I just was basically addicted to these shows now because I want to see what happened next. But the thing is how everything sort of wrapped what happened in the last 3 episodes, that they sort of had a time skip and they should have show you what happened to like Ace, Jinx, and Vine. Like what happened to them specifically? What they become? And that is sort of interesting because they use that sort of same formula in the last 3 episodes. They can push to shove some character to make some decisions to make them change something that is sort of questionable. And that itself why I love this series. Every little decision just sort of makes sense. For example, how Chase was super successful, become the golden child of the whole city who make change and progress. But at the very end, they keep pushing him to do something else than what he wants. He wants to create sort of new science, this type of new science to help people who fix illness and improve more scientific advancement. But his kind of scientific discovery was sort of stolen by Jinx. Now he has to sort of force to think what to do next because he could have two options: continuing and trying to save other people using his new magic science, or becoming sort of the guard dog of the staff, in other words, or the membership, or I don't know what the Pacific called the group, but they call him the staff right now because I can't think of anything. But besides that, the staff want him to be one of them, one of the leaders, but only being their sort of bodyguard, and that sort of kind of screw up because he didn't want to do that. He didn't want to be the higher ups. He just wanted to save people, save his best friend who have basically cancer, who tried to maybe figure out how to speed up the process to save him. But one of the staff members, or aka the professor, called him out like, yeah, I've seen this before. I have lived super long. Yeah, I've seen this dozens of times and it does not go well. But at the same time, the staff members are a bunch of hypocrites. Because let's face it, the staff members really like to help people to improve, but in the end, they're sort of selfish and kind of greedy. But not the level that corrupt are they actually are. They do sort of questionable things, but they don't know what the other people who make deals with them actually do. But at the same time, that's sort of their fault. In fact, it's kind of like a metaphor about the staff members. The reason why Arcadia does a high society they actually get near to be perfection, paradise in themselves. They're the one who blocking themselves to be that perfect, that happiness, and shove all the wealth around everybody. Instead, they're just thinking of themselves and sort of they're kind of stopping progress, and that is interesting, especially the professor who is the wisest, but at the same time, you could say he's sort of a hypocrite also, and that's sort of fascinating because Chase is sort of stuck in between two things: saving his friend, making magic to heal people in advanced society, or become the guard dog of the staff members. And that is sort of interesting because you see him sort of struggling what to do because the staff members can easily stop him right there and then and just cancel everything he's done. And that's sort of hard to see him struggle. You want him to succeed. You want him to improve other people's life because he has the talent. He has the drive. And sadly, things throw in your way and you have no choice. You just figure it out. Especially, they force him to be a staff member. And that sort of choices, you can open his eyes how corrupt the staff member are, and they think the little things they do is not that harmful, but in the very end, it kind of is. But I love it when it happened to the other members, like Jinx. That the first couple of episodes, Jinx was a little girl, unsure of herself. She wanted help, but she's not too sure what to do. Till the incident, till she decided wants to help her big sister and her family, and she's the one who caused him to die. In other words, she has left her and Vine the only two siblings surviving for the incident. And you see that sort of repercussion, especially when she sees her own brothers. They don't talk to her, but I love it that sort of metaphor. They always hang around with her. She's like one of them laying on the bed, one of those next to her saying things to her, and she's just sort of mumbling, but almost like she has a multiple personality, always struggling to get sort of order in her head, but at the same time that sort of make her way more dangerous and alert and unpredictable because she became sort of chaotic neutral. It's sort of her emotions pull her the direction she needs to go or don't want to needs to go. Especially her father figure who adopted her, Silco, that he became the charge of the underground, the father, no father of Jinx, how he sort of, you could say, manipulated her, but at the same time, not really. She needed someone right there, and Silco was there to take her in. He also taken advantage of her, but he does care about her. That sort of double-edged sword. I want to protect you, but at the same time use you. But at the same time, when he was in charge, you started noticing he sort of losing his grip. Not getting crazy. It's that he sort of realized that the higher ups, the rich people, are basically abandoning them. They're starting to not really need you that much anymore. And Silco is sort of panicking, but at the same time being like a gangster, like being chill, relaxed. I have everything under control. Trying to toss his weight, trying to convince the sheriff, listen to me, you need me. If I don't need you, I could get rid of you. And that sort of mentality, you see, that's all lies. Everything is falling apart once again because this is Atlas. You can't really depend the situation you really are because you don't know what else can change. And that feels sort of fascinating to see him sort of panicking, but at the same time trying to be calm, trying to not to lose his mind, but he is losing his mind. Especially you have Vine who escaped prison, and she thinks Jinx actually is dead, and she trying to get vengeance to actually realize no, she's not dead, she's alive. She was Natsuko, and she's had some sort of weird panic attack. She needs to see her sister to fix everything what she did, but at the same time, yeah, you kind of hard to fix what you did. You tossed it from the wolves, so yeah, you see sort of Jinx sort of finding that sort of instinct when she sees her, like how you're alive should be dead. You left me to die. And that emotional with both sisters trying to argue to understand what's going on. And especially you have the detective Kate right next to Vine, and Jinx sorry she just lost her mind. But I love it. They do develop Detective King a little bit more that how the describer she is basically a kind of princess and how everybody treats her. Nobody really treats her the right way. Everything she was actually given, but she's trying to convince herself, convince everybody she doesn't need your help. I can do it, and Ken can do it. But at the same time, she has sort of this weird bubble that how the underworld or the all people who live the undergrounds are basically just criminal filth, and you can see how Vine tried to talk to her like, yeah, you see, this is the reason why we keep finding you guys because you keep treating us like crap. You love it how she's adjusted. The more longer she lived in the underground, the more she realized everything the higher ups did is sort of crappy. Yeah, I enjoyed that sort of realization out of words. Before I forget, is also the character of Victor. They didn't have enough shine the last 3 episodes, except for right now. They finally opened his backstory, and you feel sad for the guy because he worked his ass off the very top, and you think he's so close to figuring out a cure for himself, understanding and improving himself so much. He's basically taken away by cancer. I mean, we don't know what exact illness he has, but I have to say it had to be cancer. It needs to be cancer because the only thing is that actually makes sense. But once more, you understand his point of view that he really wants to help, but he really doesn't want to go out and do it himself. I thought they was sort of a metaphor with Victor and Ace that he's telling him, oh, you want to talk to the speech, you want to go speech with him, we share credit, but he doesn't want to. He just wanted to stay in his work. It's almost like Ace is overshadowing Victor. In the same time, it's kind of Victor's fault because he doesn't want to go forward. And you feel that way. You feel for the guy. He wants to do so many things, but at the same time, how he was raised, how he's sort of different than everybody else. You understand him so well. You feel for each single characters. And yes, I am falling in love with this show. Of course, there is some hiccups here and there that I was sort of panicking when they're starting to do little cliches like, oh, please don't make it so basic cliche. Work for it. Make it work. Just one It's about the college student and the staff, the not just the staff, the main leader of the whole staff falling in love with Ace, and you're just like, yeah, I don't want to see that. I don't want to. I've seen this cliche hundreds of times. I'm afraid they continue with more cliches to not make it this great story. But no, luckily that's just one little thing, and I was okay with it. Now, another thing that was super great about these 3 episodes is the metaphors and the quotes. They have 2 great quotes. Was whoa, that was incredible. One is one of the leaders of the underground said one perfect quote about people's background. That sort of the officers chart your case. In their case, is basically the survival guide, how they survive. It's not criminals. You see their stuff. You see who they are. And that's sort of interesting, but not exactly how I said it because I can't quote it right. The one I can quote is the fact people who shine the most burn fastest. That was a great quote. That was like, yes, but at the same time I heard that before. But once more, this show just feel getting better with each 3 parts. I can't wait for any more. Now I have one question. What do you like about it? What do you hate about it? You think this show any better or worse? Tell me down below. Let me know. I really got nothing else to say. Just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. And bye.